Yours should be hosting. Awesome. You're amazing. Thank you, Katrina, for showing up all the time for me when needed. I appreciate you more than you know. All of you do that. And it is amazing how much we all come together as a team, even though we're not under the same upline or on the same tier. None of that matters with us. We all come together anyway. And that's another thing that I'm grateful for. I love seeing faces in the morning. This week, it seems like the month of February is hard to get things like this going. Homeschooling, morning meetings. February is that time of like the business and the school year that people just want to be like, blah, I don't feel like doing nothing, stuff like that. I know the 100th day of school was going on and stuff like that. Even with homeschooling, you just hit that rut and it's like, I don't feel like doing nothing. But I do know next week we got some fire coming for you, and all of March, March's lineup is going to be amazing. So thank you for bearing with us this morning. Um, okay, so we talked a little bit about gratitude team news. I want to go over it quick so we can get into the meat and potatoes. And like I said, you guys can go crush your Friday without being on here all morning. Team news, we're still working on the 50% first order bonus for any promoters in their first 90, new promoters. I'm sorry, the rookie leaderboard. The second round started February 15th. First 90-day promoters, you guys still have a chance to get on this. If you have a promoter in that first 90-day period and they need some help, you don't have to do it alone. You have a team that you can reach out to help you work with them so we can make sure everybody gets the things that they would like to have. But I need you to remember something, guys, and I struggled with this hard. Basically, in no unforeseen terms, the best way to put it is you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot force them to drink. If you have this promoter that you've signed that you want all these amazing things for, but they don't seem to want it for themselves, stop beating yourself up. Help them at their pace. Help them where they want you to help them. Forcing them to do something may force them out the door, and we don't want to do that because timing of growth does not matter here. Rank does not matter here. What matters here is getting people on Thrive to have a better, happier life. At least that's the way I look at it. And since I've changed my thought process to that exact thing, things have been going a lot better for me. Next, 4K Frenzy. It does not matter where you are, how long you've been here, who's under you, who's above you. If you have never hit 4K and you hit 4K before 11:59 p.m. Eastern on February 28th, you're going to get $1,000 in credits. That's freaking phenomenal. That also gives you an opportunity to really build a team. If you have not already put out there the opportunity, get it out there. You have the VIP that you can offer. You have the frenzy you can offer, the leaderboard you can offer, the 50% first order bonus you can offer. It's an amazing time for somebody new to start this business. The only thing that has stopped that I can remember is the $25 in credits. We no longer have the $25 in credits for all new people that sign up or make an account. But guess what? That's okay. We don't need it. We have 20% we can offer. We have a free box of shake mix we can offer. And some of us may offer credits of our own and stuff like that. But the best part is you don't have to, because the company has a promotion that you can offer all year long. And that is that 20% and that box of shake mix. I can't tell you how many times I have heard people say, well, are there any promotions going on? Yeah, constantly. Constant promotions are going on. Sky, did I miss anything? She must have walked away from the computer or be getting everybody together. Katrina, did I miss anything with team news or company news? Okay, good. So I titled this one today about lists, potentials, how to keep it all together. Yes, I did, Sky. I was asking if I had missed anything with company news, but I hear I didn't. The free box of shake mix you can use as a promotion. Yes. The way I do it is when there's nothing going on with the company, you offer them the 3 steps and you give them the retail pricing and say, but for you today, I can get you this amount off, which will make it this amount instead of this amount. And I'm going to throw in a free box of shake mix for you. So instead of a half pack of shake a day, I can give you you can have a full entire shake every single day. That right there is a big promotion, guys. A box of shake mix is over $40 plus your 20%. And very windy out here. Go to the door. Sorry, guys. We're gonna move, but it's all in your wording because you can absolutely use that box of shake mix and the 20% as a promotion at all times. And actually, I think we have one of those Zooms coming up in March about, exactly what to say and how to say it, which is awesome. Lisa talks about that book all the time. I've got that book and it is amazing. It is small, it's a short read, and changing up the wording and the language you use, it works. Let me check the chat real quick. I don't want to miss anything. Chat. Okay, here we go. If weight loss is a goal, should they only do a shake every other day and not every day? I thought for weight. Okay, so no, honestly, now I've heard people wanting to gain weight with it, so people suggest 2 shakes a day, one in the morning and one at lunch. But our 3 steps, the way they're described to be taken, capsules in the morning, shake mix 20 to 30 minutes later, and then throw in your DFT. That's going to fill your body's nutritional gaps. And those nutritional gaps being filled are going to bring your body to a healthy weight. Now, with weight loss, if that's what their goal is, we have so many options we can toss in there for them. Absolutely, they can do like a half a shake or a shake every other day. It doesn't matter. But I did capsules, 1 full shake, my DFT, and I've lost over 113 pounds. I went from a 24 to a 14. Do I do a full shake as a meal replacement in the morning? Absolutely. Sometimes for lunch, just to make sure my body's getting nutrition, I will take a half a shake mix, some ice, some fruit, throw it in a blender, and then right there, bing, bang, boom, done. You're feeling, excuse me. I had a sneeze and a cough all at the same time. Sorry about that, guys. Absolutely, you want to be able to fill their nutritional gaps first and foremost. The way people are going to feel doing these 3 steps correctly every morning is just absolutely amazing. If anybody ever needs any help with that, please reach out and let me know. I know that Wednesday we talked a little bit about bundles. I really appreciate you, Katrina, for that because I had the most horrible migraine in the world. And it was like death defying. I just could not even move without my head throbbing. Erica says in the chat, I just found out I can't drink milk, but I was wondering if I can mix the shake with my lactose milk. Absolutely. You can mix it with lactose. I have 2 customers that do just that. You can use almond milk. vanilla shake mix in orange juice is bomb.com. It tastes just like a creamsicle ice cream from when I was little. So, absolutely, you can mix those with options with different things. Of course, our package says water, but as much as I love water, and I mean, I used to hate it, to be totally honest. I would drink a 12 pack or more of Pepsi every day with energy drinks and all that other happy horse stuff. I almost said the other S word, but anyway, now my body craves water. However, I cannot put my shake mix in the water. I think it's horrible. That's my personal opinion. And I love a lot of other people that drink it in mixed with water and love it. That's just not me. And that's okay. That's why there's different options and ways of doing it. Now, like my favorite way to make a shake is I love to use the strawberry mix. I will use milk, some ice, frozen strawberry bananas, and I will get the sugar free cheesecake jello package out of the jello aisle. Open it up, and a half a teaspoon of that with the strawberries, bananas, the strawberry mix. It tastes just like I am drinking a strawberry cheesecake. And it is absolutely amazing. There's so many different ways you can do it. Maybe I should have one of these just on the different recipes. There's so many different ones. Like we have banana cream pie or chocolate peanut butter banana cream pie. There's almond joy. So many different ways you can mix up the shakes. And even by themselves, our shakes are the best out there on the market. They're not gritty. They're not chalky. They're not death green flavor. Well, the Boost might look like death green flavor, but it tastes good. I might not be able to do it because I'm allergic to the bee pollen that's in it, but it does taste good. All right, do I got any other questions in here real quick? Say the Ultra Tac makes them feel like, okay, so right there, if you have any problems with that, sweetheart, Miss Angela Penn, reach out to me in Messenger and I can help you with some wording for that because I've actually had dealt with things like that. And it's really the only one I actually have seen anybody really have a problem with is the Duo Burn. And that's because they're not eating enough because Duo Burn is meant for fat burning. And when you're burning fat like that, you need to intake carbs. And if you don't intake carbs, you are going to feel certain ways. But as far as raising the blood pressure and stuff like that, it's probably what they're eating or drinking that is really participating and helping with that. And I can help get them on the right track with you. Because I've had that happen several times. So I totally get it. There are people dropping some recipes in the chat, so go ahead and check those out. Now, we have talked about on these Zooms, I think it was actually Katrina who brought up the Friendly app and how you can keep lists with Facebook and stuff like that. However, you do have to start them from a computer or a laptop. When you go into your friends, you can create certain lists. And then the Friendly app you can use to when you're running around to keep track of everything and be able to interact with the right people. Me, I'm a lists upon lists type of girl. I have a list for everything, and that's just who I am. I'm old fashioned, pen and paper kind of girl, notebook with where I get the little tab thingies and I make my own tabs. I have a list of potentials from abuse groups, potentials from narcissistic groups, potentials from friends list, potentials from the carnival, potential people. No matter where I meet them, I put a list just for them. And I have to be able to interact with those lists on a regular. Now, do I go and react to friends I've met in the narcissistic group? Do I interact with them every single day at first for about a week, week and a half? Yes. But then I interact with them like every other day. And then I'll slide down to like maybe every 3 days, because then people, not everybody, but some people are going to be like, where'd she go? What's going on? And they're going to come look at my stuff, what they're not seeing. The people that I am interacting with on a consistent every single day basis, I put in my see first list. There's a way in Facebook that you can mark people as see first. Just like you pin groups to the side, you can mark people as see first. And yeah, I can't speak today. Instagram. I have not figured out a way to make lists in Instagram. I don't know if they're ever going to come out with that option. But I do have a written list where I'll put people in 30-day, 60-day, 90-day interactions. After 90 days in Instagram, if I have not clicked with this person, I will kind of replace them. And that's, to be totally honest, because Instagram is a bing bang boom kind of place. It's fast. It's like you're on the expressway, and you gotta interact with people quickly, because if you don't interact with them quickly, they're going to move on to somebody else. There are so many people on Instagram doing so many different things, but it's really good for a networking tool. And what I mean by that, market research for our business is kind of important. If you go and you follow somebody like an exercise person, or somebody who's talking about just weight loss, I'm not saying do what they're doing, but pay attention to the comments. The comments that potentials are leaving are what they're looking for. And when you can see what the people are wanting, it helps you bring your content out so much easier. And then interact with some of their stuff so they see your stuff. And that way you're filling the need, doing the market research by helping them with the goals that they want to reach. Same thing with TikTok. I found TikTok is such a fast boom, boom, boom kind of world that I really don't even make lists from TikToks. I just put the content out there. Those who follow me, I will follow them. I'll interact for a little bit. And if they want to reach out to me, fine and great. I can be totally honest and say that I have not really pursued looking for people on TikTok, and that's something I'm not ready to do, because I'm still learning Facebook and Instagram. I'm still building on Facebook and Instagram. And until I have those down to where it's like looking at the back of my hand, I'm not going to worry about adding anything else. Even with Snapchat, sometimes I'll throw something out there, but I'm basically looking at those two different foundations as not yet. And I've been here, March will be 3 years. I'm just not ready. Sky, do you have anything to add to different ways of how you, or what? Yeah. Sky, what do you do with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and how do you set up your lists to begin with?
So I am just an old-fashioned pen and paper type of girl. I've only been doing this for a little over a year, so it's not like I have giant lists and stuff. I do have all those apps, and I've looked into them, like Trello and stuff like that. So I do have them, and I am familiar with them, but at this time, I don't need really like that much organization, I guess. So I use pen and paper, but, I do the same thing that you do. I go to Instagram and, I find the people, I interact with them, like, love and comment, and try to send them a message. I've found that that's a really good way for kind of me to keep track of my list. Like I'll put, I'll use the colored hearts system. And so when I'm talking to somebody, I might just put like a red heart beside their name or whatever. So then all I have to search for is a red heart. And I know that like these are people that I was working on, that I'm building the connection with. I'll use like a purple heart for somebody that's a potential customer, use a green heart for, ordering customers. So then all I have to search for is that certain emoji inside my messenger. So that's that's the method to my madness over here.
I love that. I completely forgot about the color things for changing nicknames in Messenger. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to put you on the spot here. When somebody asks you, why did you put that, say, yellow heart in front of my name? What do you say?
So I guess it kind of depends on like how I know them and stuff like that. I mean, I usually will just kind of think of something quick on the spot of, it kind of helps me keep track of, you know, who I'm talking to. I just like to put emojis beside people's names. It makes it more personal. I don't want to lose them in my messages. There's a million excuses, and I don't want to say excuses, but there's a million different reasons why I might have done it too at that time. So, same thing when I get a message from somebody that's like, how do I know you? Why did you add me? It's just like, I think we've got some mutual friends. I know we don't know each other, but we should.
I do the same thing. I'll be like, oh, I put that in front of your name because I know so many skies, for example. Like, I have to put an emoji in front of my daughter's name just to realize which two chats I'm talking to because her name's Skylar, but in Messenger, she's Sky. And then I got you. So to make her feel more special, she's like, why'd you do that, Mom? I said, because I don't want to mix you up with the other girl and say something personal or something. And she got a giggle out of that.
Yes.
But I use them like with different types of promoters, depending upon, whether you're on my team or you're not on my team. I use different flowers, but with potentials, I use the colored hearts or something that I can, talk to that person about. Like if they're a fitness junkie, I might use the weight in the emojis or something like that. And I always tell them, because you're special. I know so many people with your name. And I just really like interacting with you because we're on the same wavelength. And I don't want you to get lost in my messenger that I've got like a million different conversations going on. And when people come up to me and say, well, why did you send me this friend request? Do I know you? Well, personally, we don't know each other, but after looking at your page and with the way the world has been the past couple years, I want to make friends, and I just don't want to make friends with any Joe Blow. So you have the same likes that I like. So I figured we would be great friends. Kayla Dillon, I'm going to call you out now. Do you have any different way of doing your lists, or how do you do yours?
So I gotta run. As usual, you guys. I have a very loud house every single morning. I actually, to be honest, and I'm going to be totally like vulnerable, like I said the other day, I struggle so hard with being organized. That is definitely one of my biggest weaknesses. So for me, I'm still kind of figuring it out, and that's why I really love the Zoom this morning. I'm still trying to figure out my lists and how to best organize them. So yesterday, actually, coincidentally, I just did a quick search because we had there was a Transformation Thursday like live last night, and just for sharing stories. And I said, well, it's time for me to, figure this out. So for me personally, I had just searched Thrive in my messenger. Now, Thrive is a very blanket term to use when you're a Thrive promoter, because when I did that, it brought up, not just customers and potentials, it brought up other promoters and team chats and things like that as well. But that was for me, as I'm trying to kind of fine tuning my list skills, using like Messenger, kind of like with the hearts and stuff. I search like keywords when I'm trying to figure out who I need to message, who I've been talking to. But that's been a huge weakness of mine for a long time. I really struggle with it. And it's not just even in my Thrive business. Like for me personally, I am probably one of the most disorganized people, in my life. So for me, it's building that routine, right? So for me, I don't have any really organizational tips to offer because that is definitely a big weakness for me. And I know a lot of people on here are probably like, girl, same. Girl, same, right? So I'm really appreciative for this live. But for me, my starting point was the messenger and the searching. So for me, I'm definitely going to utilize the heart system, which is something I've been putting on the back burner. Because when I did search Thrive, obviously, like I said, it's a big blanket term as a Thrive promoter. So I'm not getting it fine-tuned to who I want to find. I have to keep scrolling. So for me, the big thing for right now is Messenger. But now for me personally, I've always been a physical pen paper list writer. I do tend to struggle with like utilizing the apps because I get really like, I forget about them. Like I've tried using my calendar and I tend to forget. I love pen and paper. So I've got my binder all set up last week. Finally, almost 2 years into this and I finally have a binder. I know, slacker, right? Real talk. But I have a binder and I have like the tabs and I'm making a system for myself to put it physically down, right? Where I can take this binder out physically and start writing things down. I want everyone to have like the card system. I want everyone to have a card because when I use my cue cards, I can write down their name. I can write down information about them so that I don't remember. I mean, I don't forget. I remember what we talked about, if, they have 4 children like me, if they go to the gym, right? So for me, my biggest strength is definitely physical lists. But I'm definitely trying to figure out my way around the electronic world because that's where we are, right? We are in the generation of the electronic world.
Absolutely. So I do have my camera on. Forgive the way I look and try not to like hover on this one big like zit thing that's coming up on my chin. It just says that I'm still young. So I went through my story interactions yesterday just for the past couple days and I jotted down on notebook paper a few names of people that are new interactions that started looking at my stories that I've never interacted with. And then what I did was to not overwhelm myself. You'll see I highlighted some of those. The ones that I highlighted are the ones that I'm going to interact with on a more constant basis for right now, for at least a week or so. And then I make a separate list. And this one says keeping track of the conversations. I put the person's name, and then here is a section for me to jot down some notes. So within our first like 7 to 10 conversations, I can figure out what problems I can help them with. Another thing, like I said, I've been here for almost 3 years and I am still working with these. I went to Google and I typed up memory jogger and I did a search and I found one that's just like a basic memory jogger. But then I found this one and it says warm market memory jogger. And it's got different questions that you can answer, like who do I know that's dissatisfied with their job or unhappy with their income or concerned about their family's future, money oriented or money motivated? Is anyone already owning their own business or is self-employed? Who has recently been out of work or quit their job, needs extra money? And those people right there are people I can talk to about the opportunity. It's called Warm Market Memory Jogger. Anybody that wants a copy of this, let me know and I will go ahead and send it to you in Messenger. Yesterday and today's replays will probably not be in YouTube until Monday. I'll be totally honest. Next time I come to my daughter's, I'm probably just going to end up bringing my computer. So that way everything will be all right. But I mean, there's 100 questions on this memory jogger for warm market. And it's so many different things of things we can help. And it'll help you with conversations too, because you know how sometimes you're like worried about what to say to on your Facebook list, like, oh my goodness, I don't want to talk about religion. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about, but what if that's one of my five things? Like my religion. I'm newly into learning about the Christian religion, but for almost 8 years now, June will be 8 years that I've been clean, that I've gotten a more deeper a more deeper relationship with my higher power. In my instance, it's God. And it's just so many different things that I'm afraid to talk to about with like politics or medical things going on in the world. But these questions have stuff like that. Like where I just seen one. Hold on. Where did it go? Crap, where did it go? Anyway, it's like similar political beliefs, or who do I know that might work for the government, or who do I know that's a nurse or a doctor. Having them in a separate list, I know what's safe to talk to them about or have a conversation with them about. Sometimes even an interesting argument with, an argument that's not going to be a fight, but to where you have two different beliefs and you guys can have an opinionated conversation without it turning into an all out war or people jumping down your throat putting comments if you make a post. It makes it easier for me because I'm one of those people that are very into my feelings. And if somebody hurts my feelings, I get very offstandish with them. And I don't want to attack somebody that don't deserve it just because they might have a different opinion than me. One thing that I pride myself on is, although I have my own opinion, if yours is different, I'm not going to attack you for having a different opinion. Then I have, after I get the person to make a free account, I have something called that I made up called the customer information sheet. And with my customer information sheet, I got their name, their address. All this is all up at the top, you know, the basics: name, address, city, state, zip, home phone, cell phone, email, and where did I meet them. Then underneath of that, I got two sections. One says interested in and one says personal notes. The interested in, I made basically our list of different problems that we can solve, such as mental clarity and focus, weight, appetite management, immune support, digestive support, so on and so forth. Then I got personal notes such as birthday, anniversary, what type of gifts they like, and other different notes. Then down at the bottom, I will put down, it's got a section that says contact counter. Now, they might have made a free account to help me out, but I'm going to write down the dates and the reasons we've had conversations, because after 7 to 10 conversations, I want to try to offer them a better life by ordering our 3 steps or ordering a bundle that I've made for them, like the good, better, best option. For example, weight loss. Okay, your main goal is energy and weight loss. I can offer you, say they have a budget of $140. Now, our 3 steps in the US is what, 160, and that's with the regular DFT. I can offer you, say, capsules and shake mix is a good option. Better than that, it's going to be capsules, shake mix, and the DFT. But our best option, what most people go with in order to reach your goals, is going to be the capsules, the lifestyle mix, the DFT, such as TAC or label, adding sculpt or adding heat or something like that. And I don't know if you heard me, but what I put in there was one of the things that how you say things. This is a good option for your goals. This one's going to be a little bit better. But this is the best option that most people go with. That little term right there, most people go with. That's going to make a person have FOMO, fear of missing out. Well, if most people go with that, it might not be in my budget, but I want to go with that. And then you need to make sure you're staying on track with them. Because if you've had them go over their budget, getting a package to meet their goals, you want to have that constant contact with them when they're starting to make sure they're reaching their goals. Because if you have a person that went ahead and spent, say, $180 on getting a package to help them reach their goals, but they're still drinking coffee, or they're still drinking soda, or they're still eating constant snacks, that's not good for you, like cupcakes and cookies and all the yummy stuff. And anyway, then they're not going to really reach their goals because they're not doing the right things with it. So we want to make sure that we stay in tune with making sure they're making the right choices. Katrina, do you do your lists any way differently than what we've been talking about?
Not really. If you want, I can screen share real quick and show you how to make those custom lists. But I personally have been loving, okay, I have personally been loving, so I think it's super important to get, come on, my dogs, to get set up. Make sure you download these apps that we're talking about and go check them out, because you want to be ready, right? You want to be ready for that 12K volume, for that 12K volume, for that 40K volume, for that 80K team, for that 200K team, right? And if these are the things that are working for people that are already 200K leaders, such as, like, you know, our Maria Dillard, like, this is how I learned that. So, and actually my enroller slash friend, Brittany O'Neill, she showed me how to do the custom list on the computer, because it's like, you don't realize that it's like, Rex, come here, please. Come here and lay down. Let me just see what is. Rex, come here and lay down. Just give me a second. I gotta go put the dog away real quick. Shannon, if you just kind of want to touch base on some of the friendly app, like, you know, where they can download it, make sure that type of thing. I'll be right back. Go lay down. In.
All right, sorry, I had to get my grandson set up real quick with yeah, a pen and a piece of paper. He's drawing. So okay, so with the Friendly app, first of all, you can find it on your Play Store, whether it be Google Play Store or Apple Store or whatever. On Android, I know that it looks like it's got a little alien. I mean, he's a cute little alien, but then you have to where you can sign in with your Facebook there, and you can title your lists, or be able to click on which lists you want to use, and it'll bring up the names you put in it. Like I said, ta-da. I see. Yeah. Sorry. I do know that you do have to go into your computer or a laptop to go ahead and make your lists in Facebook that way. And she's back now. So
I'm sorry, guys. Oh man, my dog. So it's like worse than a kid, you know? So let's see. We got, this is my Canva. So let's click over to Facebook. And let me oh, let's see. Okay, so I go on right on your main screen, right on your main screen, you click on friends, And then you go to custom lists. And then I have a little bit of, I've been trying some different techniques. Okay. So you're going to see some stuff here. So I did literally, when I threw my alphabet and wrote it all down, I also did every single letter of the alphabet. Honestly, I have not really been utilizing that this way. I'll probably get rid of those lists, but you just scroll all the way down and you hit create list. And then you can put, like, I have one that says women's group, right? So women's group 2. And then you just scroll up. And Kristen, she found a flash and has it like on strobe lighting. So when you get to, so then you click on the list you want to add to, right? And you hit add friends. So let's say I want to add this person. You just make that check mark blue next to it. And right down here at the bottom here says the friend you selected will appear here. So then you just hit save changes. And then now she's going to be in my women's group too. I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to delete this, but so this is how I have my personal list set up. I have an EPI dog group. That's my Rex, the one that was just barking crazy. And then I have these are the groups that I like am in, that I am meeting people and interacting and adding friends. I try to put the people into where I met them into each list here. So there's that. And I have potential promoters and then like my team. So I click here, right? My team, I've got all of my promoters in here. I have my uplines. So then I can just click here in the Friendly app. I can click on my team. And what this does with these lists, when you go into the Friendly app, it's going to change your feed. It's going to change your feed so that you only see the people in this list, right? You only see the people in this list in your feed. You're not going to see anybody else. So can you add them to more than one list? I believe so. I think so. Let's see. I don't have anybody here. I'll add you can't do that. You're gonna hurt your eyes, Kristen. So let's add Hannah. Yeah. So yeah, yep. You can add more than one list if you'd like. And then I've got my team, my women's group. And then, so you're gonna see, this is what something new I've been implementing. I don't know if you are familiar with Stacy, how she does her speed dating. So I am just trying this out still. It's still in the trial phase, but I did 10 weeks. After I speed date them for a week, I move all the people that I've put into my favorites that I'm speed dating into whichever week. Week 1, dating, because now I'm going to date these people, right? I'm going to date these people and continue to speed date the new people coming in. So as soon as say I have friend requests, as soon as I get that notification that I have a friend request that's been accepted, I immediately add them. I go into where you can follow them and I put them to my favorites. Okay. I put them to my favorites so then nobody gets left behind. I'll worry about, like, if I'm out and about and I check my phone or something, I'll worry later whether or not they're already a thriver or whatever. I just go and put them in my favorites. That's like how I do that. It is really helping me to not get anybody left behind, any new people coming in. So, and this seems to be working because you really, I'm doing it this way because those new people coming in that you're adding as friends, right? You want to be able to build connection with. right? So like you speed date for a week, but you don't want to not ever talk to them again or interact with them. So if I put them into these lists, right, then I can still interact with the new people exclusively coming in on top of my other stuff. Does anybody have any questions about this?
I love how you set up the speed dating thing. That is really cool.
Yes, and I do, you know what I mean? Like I do keep track of, I also, Kristen is literally on the table, but no, you cannot have this. I do also make physical lists. I do also make, hi, I do also make physical lists just like everybody else was talking about, because I'm a list person, a pen and paper as well. I have, you know, vendor event lists and stuff like that. So, but this just makes it, you know, a lot very doable for me, right? It just makes it very doable for me. And when I get a new friend, just putting them automatically right to that favorites, changing the following to favorites saves me so much time. Hey, hello. So if anybody has any, can you add more than one? If anybody has any question about how I'm doing this or whatever, you're welcome to ask here. You can reach out to me. Please don't add me as a friend currently. I'm just trying to really be mindful of how many other thrivers I'm adding. You can follow me on Instagram. So Instagram, I do lists. I'm trying to get better at, I have to make those lists smaller because like Shannon was saying, it's very fast paced. So you kind of have to be like really in people's business all the time, watching your stories. Sometimes I just like let my stories play, and I do have like physical lists for Instagram. I'm not sure, I haven't messed with the Friendly app yet to see if you can add Instagram into it, you know. And honestly, if you guys go to the masterclass that Maria Dillard did, I think that these apps are in, I want to say the seventh class. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So she just, you know, she breaks it down so easy, and you want to be a step ahead of the game. You want to set yourself up and start doing these things before you absolutely need to, because it's going to open those doors up for you. You know, if you're ready for it, it's going to come to you. And that's part of like the mindset, all of it together. If you're ready for it, it's going to come to you. So start getting organized, set yourself up to be ready, and you will be very surprised on what starts coming your way. That's it. That's my spiel.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that. And guys, it's okay. If you need any of this information, like I said, just reach out and we'll help you get the information. Other than that, what is Monday's date? Oh goodness, the 21st. Is that Monday's date? Okay, the Monday.
Yes, it's the 21st, but it's also President's Day.
Okay, cool. So 21st, President's Day. That's going to be awesome. We have Katie Sue coming, and her and Andrea are going to be talking about some things. So I'm really excited about that. And like I said, March is jam-packed of information every single day. And then also in March, me and Tiffany are going to get back to our ingredients. Mom. You want mommy? Okay, go get mommy. And today it's Friday. Go out there, flex, do your thing, start making your lists, and we'll go ahead and get this ended out, and we will see you all on Monday. Thank you.